Welcome back dear students. In today's video I am going to discuss concept of super mesh analysis and problems on super mesh analysis concept.
In previous video, we have discussed, I think, two numericals. In that one numerical, where we had one current source between two loops, or say two meshes. If you see that particular numerical, if you have, you just refer it. It was something like this, where you had so many other elements or meshes. I exactly I'm not going to draw that same diagram. Means similar to that I'm going to draw now. Okay, it was something like this. Let us consider it was something like this. So might be this is voltage source, some V1. This is some resistor R1. This is R2. This is resistor R3. This is R4. And let us consider this is R5. But if this is a current source, say for example I1. Dear students, to solve a network using mesh analysis, we are discussing mesh analysis. To solve any network using mesh analysis, we need to find how many meshes are there in that particular network. If you consider this network, say there are four meshes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Say four meshes are there, and to analyze this network, we require four mesh equations. Say the number of mesh equations is equal to number of meshes. Say we require four mesh equations, right? Say if I consider this as, say for example, mesh 1 and mesh current I1, this is mesh 2, mesh current I2, and this is mesh 3, current I3, and this is, let us consider, mesh 4, current I4. Here, say to arrive at four mesh equations, say if I apply KVL to mesh 1, say no problem, I'll get one equation. KVL to mesh 2, no problem, I'll get another equation. What about KVL through mesh 3? So there is a current source here. I cannot apply KVL to this directly. Okay, because I don't know what is the voltage across this. Okay, because see here you will apply, you know the voltage. How? Say current is I3, resistance is R4, you know the voltage. Here also you know the voltage. Current is I3, resistance is R5, you know the voltage. Here you know the voltage. If voltage source, remember dear students, if voltage source is there in a network, in case of mesh analysis, that's not any problem for us, because KVL is all about summations or sum of algebraic sum of voltages. Okay, say here, but whereas here we have a current source and we don't know the voltage across this current source. And to solve such numericals where currents, and one more dear students, if this current source, say for example, here itself I'll take up even that also. So let us consider if this current source is something like this. Say some network I'm drawing. Okay, so let us consider this is the current source now. Some I1 here. So this is voltage source, some V1, and the remaining all are some resistors. Okay, so say R1, R2, R3. So you can name anything, R4, R5, and this is R6. This is say R7. Now here also four meshes are there. If I consider this as I1, this as I2, this source I dash, I can directly write I1 is equal to I dash. In this case, that is not the, in this particular network, that's not the case, because if I apply KVL here, I can apply KVL here and here, no problem. To mesh 1 and mesh 2, I can apply KVL, but I cannot apply KVL to mesh 3, even to mesh 4 also I cannot apply. For that purpose, say, look at dear students, one current equation we can easily get. See, two mesh equations we'll get here. Okay, say 1, 2. Okay, and one more equation we get, which is equal to, I can find I1 is equal to this current. I1 is equal to, means say for example I dash here also, this I dash is equal to sum of this current and this current. This current is I4 minus I3. This is one more equation which we can get. Okay, so one more equation will be based on this current source. Whatever the current source I dash is there, this current source I dash is sum of these two loop currents or mesh currents. One current is I4 and another current is minus I3. Means right now we have two mesh equations and one more is this. Three equations are there, but four unknowns are there. Here there are four unknowns. Okay. So obviously we require one more equation to solve such a network. Say now we require one more equation. So because I cannot apply KVL either to this or to this mesh. Okay, what is the solution to solve such a network? One of the method, there are actually two methods, dear students, to solve such a network. One method already we have discussed in previous video. That method which I discussed means the method I discussed is we consider some unknown voltage across a current source. If you remember, in one of the previous numerical, I considered some VA voltage across a current source is equal to VA, unknown voltage. Later, say we eliminated that particular unknown voltage because it will come in both the meshes. Okay, consider the unknown voltage across the current source, then eliminate, say, solve such that you should eliminate that unknown voltage. Later, as usual, you proceed further. Already we have solved that method. Okay, say that method was a little bit tedious because you should assume a, say, voltage source and later say you should eliminate it. There is another method to solve a current such a network where current source is between two meshes. Remember, dear students, if current source is only at one mesh, no problem. Say we don't have any problem. Instead of that, so it will be easy for us because directly we'll get a value of that current source. Whereas when the current source is in between two meshes, then there is a problem. As I told, two methods are there. One method is by considering the unknown voltage source across that particular current source and solving further. And another method is assuming ignoring that particular current source and considering a super mesh which contains that current source. So what's the meaning here? Say how I can solve this particular, say, network is because I cannot apply a KVL to this particular branch. I'm going to consider this particular current source within a bigger mesh which includes this particular current source. This is a bigger mesh. This bigger mesh, I call it as a super mesh. Okay, so basically I'm trying to discuss super mesh here. Dear students, super mesh is a combination of two or more meshes which contains a current source inside it. Now, what you can do, you can ignore this and you apply KVL to this super mesh. There's no problem to apply now KVL because here you have a resistance into current, you will get a voltage source, resistance into current, and here voltage source. Right? So obviously, say two mesh equations directly you have, and one current equation you have, and one more super mesh equations. Four equations and four unknowns you can easily solve. Dear students, most of the case in your exams, he may not mention it as a super mesh. You should assume and proceed further because sometimes he may give directly like let us consider a one numerical based on that. First numerical in that. So directly, yes, what I was telling is he may give directly, like say, use super mesh analysis to evaluate so and so. Otherwise, he just give like this, use mesh analysis. So dear students, the question is straightforward. Use mesh analysis to evaluate three mesh currents of network shown in figure 1.1. It's a very simple network is this. So here plus and minus 7 ohms. This is 1 ohm. This is 7 ohm. Sorry dear students, here let us consider there is one current source. Here there is a current source 7 ampere. Okay, so this is 3 ohm, this is 2 ohm, and this is 1 ohm. Let us consider this 1 ohm. So this is a figure. So it is 1.1, right? So we have one independent voltage source and one independent current source, but this current source is a part of two meshes. One is this mesh. Say I can name these meshes. This as mesh 1, this as mesh 2, and this as mesh 3. Okay, so there are three meshes. Okay, so I'll assume say mesh currents here. Okay, say one mesh current is this, which I call it as a I1. Another mesh current is this, which I call it as I2. And third mesh current is, say this is third mesh current, I3. Say all currents I have considered in a clockwise direction. Okay. How to solve? Dear students, I can apply KVL to this mesh, no problem. But I cannot apply KVL to mesh 1 because there is a current source. Even I cannot apply KVL to mesh 3 because there is a current source. For that purpose, what I do, I am going to consider a super mesh. So a mesh which will include the current source within it. So which I call it as a super mesh. So now this is a super mesh. If you see this mesh, say it's a combination of two meshes, namely mesh 1 and mesh 3. Say it doesn't contain, say while traversing this mesh, this is not a mesh, actually it's a super mesh. While traversing this, because dear students, mesh is a loop which doesn't contain any other loops inside it. Because of that, this is not a mesh, this is a super mesh. Okay, so because it contains meshes within it. Okay, so if you consider this mesh, means this loop, say it, you don't come across any current source. So that say one mesh equation will be for mesh 2, another will be for super mesh, and third one directly you can write for this. Okay, so let us start with that itself. Say solution, right? So now, so directly I'll write here, dear students, from figure 1.1. So what we can write from figure 1.1, look at this, this is the direction of I1 top to bottom, whereas the direction of I3 is bottom to top. Okay, so the direction of I3 will be bottom to top. So I can write I1 minus I3 is equal to 7 ampere. I call this as equation number 1. See, I1 minus I3 is equal to 7 ampere. And later what I do, I'm going to applying KVL. Okay, so applying KVL to mesh 2, we get, okay, so if we apply KVL to mesh 2, dear students, this is mesh 2. Okay, this, say look at this 1, 2, and this is 6. Okay, say 1, 2, say means total sum is 6. This is 6 I2, because I1 is flowing in opposite direction of I2. So I'll write this minus I1. This is 1 into I1 is minus I1, because I1 and I2 both are in opposite direction. And here, okay, so how to directly write the mesh equation? This is I1, this is I2. Okay, so this is I3, right? Say minus I1 plus 6 I2 minus 3 I3. Okay, say hope this is clear to all of you. One more, say now, say I have two equations. One more equation is applying KVL to super mesh. I call it as a super mesh. Okay, say we get, say applying KVL to super mesh. Dear students, this is a super mesh. Okay, so if you apply KVL, look at this minus to plus, I'll consider plus. That is a 7. Okay, now plus to minus, I'll consider minus. Okay, say minus 1 into, because the resistance is 1, and current, look at this, the I1 is flowing. Here you should consider the currents, both currents here. So one current is I1 and another current is I2. Say minus to plus, this is plus 7 volts. Now plus to minus is minus 1 into, now there are two currents. Okay, so one current is, if you see, this is you have applied, very important dear students, you have applied KVL in clockwise direction. The current which is flowing in clockwise direction will be positive, and the current which is flowing in an anti-clockwise direction will be negative. Because of that, this is I1 minus I2. So now say this plus 2 minus, I'll consider once again minus. Okay, say here I3 is flowing in as direction of KVL, whereas I2 is in opposite direction. Because of that, 3 into I3 minus I2, right? So this is 3 into I3 minus I2. Now this one is minus I3. This is 1 ohm, right? So this is minus I3. And there are no other elements. Because of that, this is equal to 0. So now this is 7 minus I1 plus I2, minus into minus plus, minus 3I3, minus into minus plus 3I2, minus I3 is equal to 0. Now say this is minus I1, say this and this plus 4I2 minus 4I3 is equal to minus 7. Call this as equation number 3. Dear students, you have 3 equations, and for 3 equations there are 3 unknowns, right? So obviously we can easily solve this. Okay, say 3 equations and 3 unknowns can be easily solved. Say one more here, very important thing is how you can either use a determinant method, or else even you can adopt a say normal simultaneously solving the equations. Okay, a traditional method. Because here I know I1 and I3 both. Say what I do, I'm going to solve for here I1 and I3 is there in equation 1, whereas in equation 2 and 3 I1, I2, I3 all are there. I am going to eliminate I2 from equation 2 and 3. Okay, so how do I do that? So I do this. I2 is here 6, here 4. Because of that, I'll do this. 2 is multiplied with 4 minus of 3 is multiplied with 6 implies. Okay, so look at this. This is equation number 2. Okay, so this is multiplied with 4 minus 4I1 plus 24 I2, right? So then minus say 12 I3 is equal to 0, and equation 3 is multiplied with 6 minus 6 I1, so this is plus 24 I2, so minus, say this is multiplied with 6, no, so this is 24 I3 is equal to, so this is minus, say how much is this, 42, 6 yes 42, right? It should be minus, that means this is plus, this is minus, this is plus, this is plus. Now this will get cancelled. So what you get, 2I1 is equal to 42. So whereas is it, yeah, there are 3, sorry, say 2I1 plus of 12I3 is equal to 42, or else you can still reduce it. I1 plus 6I3 is equal to 21. Call this as equation number 4. Okay, so now what I do directly, because equation 3, equation 1, if you see, it is I1 minus I3, so I can solve for directly I1, means I3 I can directly find. How? Say I'll do this. And now 4 minus 1 implies 4 is I1 plus 6I3 is equal to 21. Minus 1 is, so this is I1 minus I3 is equal to 7. So this is minus, this is plus, and this is minus. Okay, so this will get cancelled now. 7I3 is equal to, it is 14. Because of that, I3 is equal to 2 ampere. You found one mesh current, right? So now say your equation, say from equation 1 implies, what is equation 1? I1 minus I3 is equal to 7. Say from that you can find I1 I1 is equal to 7 plus I3. Therefore, I1 is equal to 9 ampere. You found another mesh current. Okay. So finally, say you can use say any either equation 2 or equation 3 to calculate I2. So let me use equation 2 here. 2 implies equation 2 implies minus I1 plus 6I2 minus 3I3 is equal to 0, right? So now say from this equation I can find easily I2. 6I2 is equal to I1 plus 3I3. 6I2 is equal to I1 is how much? 9 plus 3 into I3 is 2 is equal to, so this is 15. 6I2 is equal to 15. So I2 is equal to 15 by 6. 15 by 6 will be, it is 2.5 ampere. So this is the value of I1, I2 and I3. So the question was to find, to evaluate the 3 mesh currents. Okay. So I hope this is clear to all of you, dear students.